the highest of levels.
Watch this. Whoop. He just left arm knocks down Ronnie Stanley's arm.
Moved around. He's off the right side now, and he wins the edge immediately. He hits the hand there. We're going to take another.
Thought he might be jumping, so he worked back to the inside, and all the rookie could do is grab onto him for the hold. Still,
who steps up but TJ Watt?
Woo! That's a big guy off the edge, and he does not get fooled. They were trying to get back to a tight end.
Remember tonight is it's not just the sacks, it's how he impacts the game, and what a great move. Again, last week he goes against Sewell. Tonight he goes against Tunsil.
This picked up, and bam!
Tyke played slot.
Rush inside, and then he goes to the outside with that quickness that he has, and just gets right by Bart.
It's defeating one-on-one blocks. Landon Dickerson, just the easy swim move. Nowhere for Barkley to go. He meets him in the backfield.
He's in one-on-one chances in pass pro, and this is again against this poor rookie who's just being educated tonight in the NFL. Again, give him some.
I was just talking about him. We called his name, and he delivered. Trey Henderson wins right away off the edge.
Yeah, I mean, both of them. Nick Bosa and Mykel Williams on the same side. Watch him just collapse everything from that side. Absolutely no.
I want to get involved, too, with all you superstars up front.
Yeah, and they kept in they only sent 2 guys out on the route. It was beast
In this first half.
And the problem remains the same here. Until Christian Darrisaw comes back, Justin School is going to have to get help, and they understand.
Philadelphia team early in the second half.
Wow, risky call. Andy Reid normally doesn't go for those, especially on your own territory, but
It's that tackler, that tight end. He gets inside the tight end once again, and that ball pops out. Ridiculous by Max Crosby.
Yeah, you saw Hampton bring his eyes up when he saw 98 closing in, and that's what led to the fumble.
Yeah, we were talking with Jonathan Allen, and he's the one that brought up his name, and he's actually out there playing that 3 technique, but you could see the explosive nature of it.
Drop out and play zone defense. Only a 4-man rush. And Hurts feels like he's got lots of time, and he does. But as he
that initial penetration across the line of scrimmage, and you just have to disrupt. You cannot let him get.
Max is taking that hard inside charge. He's beating the tight end, Tyler Conklin, across his face. He's running a pick from one of the most feared pass rushers that this game has ever seen. Continuing to play at a high level. Those inside charges, those called stunts, where he's able to come down inside the tight end.
There's Aiden at the bottom of the screen going against Braxton Jones, goes right up and under him, gets a sack.
It's even harder when you have to pick up 2 because they brought Chubb and then they brought Brooks after him because Chubb, I think, is where I think Henderson thought I might have to pick him up.
And there's many things and many attributes that Parsons has, but look at that get off. That's why guys like Tunsil want to get that head start to try to get back before he's able to go by him.
A little bit, he played half the snaps.
Yeah, and he'll move all over the place. Here he is lined up there on the defense's right side, trying to get him matched up there on the inside against a guard.
There's offensive linemen, and usually it's because somebody pushes somebody like Quinnen Williams did right there, who's off to a great start this year.
Beautiful technique, 2-arm swipe right around the edge. You got to have a Trey Henderson plan.
And they have big number 90 back on the field and creating rubble as he goes past Jonah Savaianaya.
Line. You have to give Joe Burrow time. You see Josh Hines-Allen wins right away around the edge on Orlando Brown.
Defense, not only Redmond, also Levi Drake Rodriguez in there, but that was a meeting at the quarterback. You could see this is going to make some people happy in Minnesota right here. It took a little while to get there, but as Penix was playing dodgeball with other people, ran. Take a look at Pierce here. Boy, this would really make a difference for this football team. They have been looking for somebody to step up. Jeff Ulbrich said, all our guys are pretty good. We just need that bell cow. Whew, this has not been a good half for the Minnesota Vikings. And you can tell it is body, offense, defense, special teams, and there you go.
Brian Branch is going to come in on a safety blitz. Him and Alex Anzalone takes on DeAndre Swift. Caleb runs right into him for the sack. I didn't think he was going to beat the defender for Houston to the ball.
But that was the opportunity that Houston was looking for with the ball on the ground. He takes a
Murray, a loss of 10. Well, exactly right on cue on third down. Who's going to win? Who's going to be able to get to the quarterback? Looked like Benson didn't really acknowledge him.
For the Browns defense, here comes Myles Garrett. Who else around the edge? They even try to give body presence with Hill. I think Ronnie Stanley was expecting a little bit more.
Chris Rump all the way outside. Working against Colton McKivitz, and just doesn't give up on the play, right? You're down on your knee, and you get right back up. Your defense is holding in downfield. There's good coverage, and it's a relentless pursuit to the quarterback.
through the offseason to pick up and supplement that defensive front.
And look who else got in from the blind side. There's Von Miller keeping up with where he's been. You know, he's at Buffalo, of course, last year. And
it's right here on the edge. He's just going to double swipe the hands, get him down, and it's just too clean, too easy around the edge. That's Byron Young.
Jones knows the heat's coming. Ryman off the backside trying to stop Benito.
And then you go play action. We're going to see two fakes right here. One up the middle, Henderson coming around. You're trying to get deep and get the ball down the field right there. Protection was solid.
We're going to be intentional grounding. It didn't look like there was any Giants player in the area. I like this early play action.
This was the Bengals' problem last week. The O-line not be able to keep Joe Burrow up and at him. They're going to have to get better really quickly.
We'll be back. Well, and this is the value of having Myles Garrett, okay, coming off the edge. He gets favorable matchups for the other guys. Inside move against Stanley, spins around, and then Cam Thomas helps to finish it off. That is not a good play or rep for Lamar Jackson. I know that Lamar is so good at scrambling and making guys miss.
How sweet is this? Watch Calais Campbell battle Spiro. 39 years old at the end of the game, gotta have it.
Look at Sawyer right here on the edge, number 33. Lucas and Barner both block outside.
But you're going to see him. He's right down here in the line of scrimmage. Then watch him just pop out. Just keep it on Gino. Gino, what you up to? What are you up to? Now I'm going to rush you. Now I'm going to close out this football game. I said that this guy is an undiscovered, not necessarily undiscovered, but an unheralded superstar. Get off. Just watch him come and watch him just come down the line of scrimmage and just wreck this. Takes an inside charge, just jumps the snap count again. 20 pounds on his own right. You see Jamal Adams, they just converge at the ball carrier. Look, another thing that's helping the Chargers right now. Sick before the game. They say that he can play, and just look at him coming downhill. And look, I mean,
Derwin James off the edge, and he just blows up that pulling guard, and the play's dead.
Look like they might bring it. They pull out the linebackers. They only rush 4. And here comes Will Anderson. They try to chip with Auten, and he just keeps playing. Expect him to, and then here he comes right up the gut. And he's got a clean shot. And they're so happy to have him back. He was here in 23. Last year he went to Cincinnati, and he's back this year. And what an added addition.
Amani Hooker's going to come off the right side of that line. Rob Havenstein is occupied, so he's free off the edge.
Like playing linebacker in the NFL. Watch his eyes and how he reads all the action in the backfield, and then he just fills the hole. Hey, Kalijah Cansey, number 94, you're going to see the job that he does, and he just wrecks this play right from the start. I mean, he blows it up, and then you've got 2 more hats there to finish it off. It's a much different run game.
Unbelievable. This pressure is going to come right off the edge, and not one person gets a finger on a defensive edge player. It's just, this is a team that's well coached, and what that does is it creates one-on-one for their best pass rusher. But you can see across the board that 5-man front is creating one-on-ones. Of the tight end going across made McCarthy take a different path there, but he sort of had to go around and barely got this handoff, and by the time he did.
They're going to run a game. They're going to pin it here, and Calais Campbell is just going to wrap around. That's the 4-man pressure. You get sweat.
Zone and get back. If nobody in the offense moves to draw that penalty, then you're giving the defense free rein to get back. You got a 6-man rush here, so you got all 6 guys coming. it's only a 5-man protection, so somebody's going to come free. Cernad comes free. Daniel Jones got to recognize that, get the ball out of his hands. Buckner with an excellent job on the opposite side is able to get through.
Get lulled to sleep, and Makuba's right here. Not like he's disguising it much. The center goes left. Patrick's got to know that he's unblocked. I'm sure in practice this weekend, 3 days of practice, they didn't practice all but 10 blitzes.
Well, a lot of respect for Kenny Moore from me and from the coaches. It's
throwing him for a 5-yard loss. It's back to the 15.
Well, this is just where you're reading the end, and Daniel Jones pulls it, thinking that Ellis is going to collapse and he's going to be able to get to the outside, but excellent job by Ellis, baiting him into keeping the ball.
Get this upstairs, and that clearly was out. Josh Sweatarch, you mentioned some of the retooled pieces that they have brought in. And my goodness, it did not take this defense long to make its first play.
Well, this is, of course, how Arizona wanted to start, and just a disaster. I can understand.
I'm a #1 pick, too. Not just these other quarterbacks. Check me out. He wins right away. And I mentioned it earlier. The Bengals O-line is the key to this game, the key to this season.
Shove here with his timing on the sack. Just kind of creeps in a little bit. Looks like he's showing up there. Actually inside there. He's one more inside. Going against Alvin Kamara. And continues to work and able to get to Spencer Rattler and get him down.
Look to the right of your screen as he beats Keon Smith, number 71 initially, and gets to the quarterback and has New England starting to celebrate.
4 years, 100.
Inside there, number 47. Watch him come off this corner and watch him bend. There's nothing for Spencer Rattler to do.
Competing hard all day long.
Again, you hold him to a field goal here. Turns into a...
Watch this. He reads it. Boom. And that's a perfect legal hit. I love that. Got his head out of it. Let's make sure that ball was out. Flacco going down. Now, you know what?
I don't know. I think it's out.
I think that ball started to come out right before that left knee hit. To scoring play, so it's an automatic booth review, and it's a turnover.
So that means you've got 3 guys right here. Well, when you bring 5, the only extra guy's there 4. So that means 1 guy's coming free, which means you have to throw the ball. Tyrod Taylor, the veteran, knows that.
Just strip sack. You're going to see him out here. He's going to get stopped initially. Watch, let it run. Watch him. His initial pass rush, he gets a chip from Tony Pollard, but he keeps going, gets the arm off him, and gets the strip sack. Huge, huge play there. And
back.
You're going to see him on the outside right there. Diagnoses the play, and you said run.
The Lions fans, Hutchinson is going to go. He looks fine, gets chipped. They're sliding the protection his way. So you have 2 guys, 2.5 really accounting for him. That leaves Al-Quadin Muhammad one-on-one with Braxton Jones.
So let's watch these guys. First, you're going to see McGuire off the edge, and then Bush is going to come all the way over here and get involved. So 57 beats the tight end Kohler. Devin Bush, a little bit of a delayed blitz right there.
And he said, you know what, we asked him to lose weight. We thought that he would be a faster linebacker. He already has the instincts. He did that this offseason, and you can see the way he plays. He stays square. He doesn't overrun the football, and then he is violent, just like...
It's Brian Burns who's playing off-the-ball linebacker. He's really a pass rusher, somebody that's made his name getting after the quarterback, but now he's playing that weak side linebacker, and we've now seen him.
Marcus Davenport coming off the edge against Darnell Wright, spins him around, gets inside. Caleb Williams had no chance on that sack.
Yeah. Suffered some type of injury. He had people falling on him. See Chase on there, but look underneath. There are a number of guys, because you saw Milton Williams in the vicinity, Barmore in the vicinity. Chason finished off everything, though.
See, Barmore collided with Milton Williams.
It's just a speed rush. He's going to get past him. He's going to swipe the hands down, and Dan Moore has no option but to hold on there. Gave up 2 sacks last.
On the play, it'll be 3rd down and 3.
And there's Brian Branch. He's going to come off the edge. No hesitation from him.
return from Micah Parsons. They got Kenny Clark and a couple first-round picks. Kenny Clark capable of getting sacks, too.
So now the question is, of those 8 defenders, who's coming, who's dropping? They get a hat on a hat. The offensive line doesn't.
Briggs is a big guy. Traded for him from Cleveland, but to literally just go, get over here and grab him by the...
And nobody does that normally.
I mean, literally, look at that. Josh Allen's a huge dude.
Yep, usually brushes these guys off.
That's a 3-man rush. That's a huge play.
Stuff here. I mean, it's everybody's got that little inside move, right? And you're not really sure what his blitz is. We've seen a couple of times with him, kind of getting in and creating some problems. You can see right there that frees up a lot of people. Here comes your big defense.
A few years back.
Yeah, this is called kind of out-coaching yourself. They actually chip Thibodeau into this TE game, and it kind of throws off the offensive line.
Williams right there, throw it. And he doesn't do it, and at this point, you got to throw the ball away. And that...
Well, Herbig's coming off the edge. He's going to force Darnold up in the pocket, and then you're going to get Peyton Wilson shooting, playing the running back, essentially. He's man-to-man on the running back. When he sees the running back, look.
The game plan coming in, I told you earlier, this is going to be a corner. He has to go back and cover someone, right? He's going to go ahead and fly in here, and you're not accounting for him. That is a great job by defense coordinator Bob Babich and Sean McDermott.
Kobe Bryant, and then Rodgers trying to escape.
On this far side, and it's just an effort play. He gets chipped by Ferguson. Great coverage downfield. Worth noting, last week we only saw the big 3 together, right? Abdul Carter, Thibodeau, and Burns on the field. 8 total.
So Cam right here, there was a blitz coming in his face. He kind of pulls it down.
And Patrick Queen right here in the middle. He's able to make those plays because of Benton covering up offensive linemen and then shooting the gap.
Which means this corner out here has to protect the flat, but he's going to shoot the gap as if he's a linebacker. And that's going to allow you to have one guy you're not accounting for. Great design right there by Bobby Babich, D coordinator, and Sean McDermott of the Bills.
Of what Brandon Staley talked about, the style of play, the speed to the football. And that was week 1 of a new defense. Watch all the Saints in pursuit. I mean, Ricky Pearsall is doing everything he can out there, but look at them all running to the football. That's one of the great things you do in the film room is once and this is going to be one of the big things today, right? We're going to watch these 2 guys on this left side. That's where all the pressures came last week. 17 pressures, 1 sack given up, and then Trent Williams being a little bit nicked up here this afternoon. I'm not going to give that to anybody.
Watch Mason Graham. He is coming upfield to try to wreak havoc. Rosengarten takes a bad footwork and just opens the inside.
Oh, good reference.
It's just, they're sending bodies at him. Carter running right.
The time. This is old school college football zone read. He collapses down and takes the back. Quarterback's got to pull that and get around the corner. That time it's a misread.
Battleship defense, bring the house. Free rushers, multiple of them down to Hurts.
One guy, Matt Milano, all over it. Back-to-back plays. He's going to go ahead, slide over, and then shoot right through the gap. And that's a concern right here. Because you sit here and watch, if Milano's going to shoot the gap, you're going to...
Josh Allen, of course, Jaden Daniels. A lot of guys like to step up and then go to their right, the right-handed quarterback. Well, Green Bay obviously knows that. They're determined to try to make him work bit to his left, away from that right side, and then be able to rally.
He's got to help here. Instead, he goes outside, and you can see Jones then has a straight shot. Trying to sort through that, and here he comes. And Hassan Reddick is a 0 blitz. There's no middle safety. Here they all come. They're locked up. And somebody's just got to win right away and give Stroud a place to go with the foot. From depth, Jacob Parrish, the rookie. You see him, number 25. Here he comes. He stumbles as he's trying to get through the line. And the
losses that are good. Well, that was this week not near as good. And you see Russo, we talked with him, one of the best in the league.
They learned a lot from Mike Tomlin about leadership and all. Watch this. This kid's coming and made some plays today, by the way. It just signed off the...
This is Troy Fatanu on the edge here. Getting the hold as Aaron Rodgers hits that classic John Elway spin out of the pocket. And remember, Derek Hall, number 58, he's an excellent rusher in his own right. He knows how to
play. Monster play, and it's really good to see in the last 2 drives this front four come alive. really talked about Derek Brown much yet, but as elite of an elite
in the red zone.
Yeah, so take a look here. 2 plays in a row. Kenny Clark just busted protection. Greg Van Roten, the right guard, he's expecting the center job getting his head around to find the ball. And again, the pressure on deck. Again,
they have to decide where they're going to go with the ball. And take a look at Caleb Williams, Tyleik Williams.
Such a good point earlier in this half when you said, you have all these pass rushers, you bring in Holland, Adebo in the secondary. All that is great, but it only
locked in. If he had seen Cade Otton, he had a chance, but this pass rush, you just don't have a lot of time back there if you don't get it to your first guy, and he recognized